Right, as you can see, yeah, you've guessed it. Thumbnail, 95 million to spend this summer. There was only one reason for that, and that is Maximiliano Signorelli has gone. £66 million release clause activated by Bayern. There was Arsenal, there was Ajax, there was someone else as well, Real Madrid, but no one really came in. Bayern had the largest offer, the only one that we had to accept, and he has gone to Germany. He's got a couple of goals since January, but not played a great deal. We've made some money out of him. What do we have? 4 seasons there of... I feel like his numbers are skewed a little bit because he played on that right-hand side of the front three, and now playing with the front two, he would have done better and probably scored more goals, but it is what it is. I'm quite happy to make a handsome profit on Signorelli. So we've come to the end of the season. We've got £95 million to spend. It is going to be a rebuild. Next episode, there will be transfers galore. The aim is to blow the lot. We have finished in 5th, which is only Europa Conference League, so going from Champions League to Conference League ain't great, but I think there's a chance that we can win this year if we could strengthen heavily in the summer. We've only finished 5 points off. Remember, we had that horrendous start to the season. After game week 8, we were down in 12, and we've managed to pick it up, and we looked at... There was a little sniff of Champions League at one point. Now, we lost a couple of games, but all in all, look, we've had a really impressive run to the season. There is our current tactic that we will be working on in the summer. Unfortunately, Bazicic may or may not be with us. He's already said that he's leaving on a free transfer, which is disappointing, with a year left on his deal. I am trying to get big money for him, but nothing else. The highest bid we've had from Chelsea, of all people, £3 million. So I think I'm just going to probably keep him. He's still going to leave on a free transfer, but look, unless a big offer comes in of maybe, £10 million, I'm probably just going to keep him because no doubt he's going to be our best player in defence and as that register. Talking of registers, Costa, he's wanted by Barcelona. I've quickly offered him a new deal because he's got a minimum release clause of only 13 million. He would be hard to replace at 13 million, but he wants 40 grand. So we're going to be paying a player £40,000 with a release clause of £40 million as well. So that helps us out long term. I think at some point as well, the clubs will come sniffing. I think we'll offer him a new deal, get him to that, and then the season after we might try and chuck him in and sell him on. The Champions League finished in horrendous form. All the way down to the bottom, 8 games, 0, 8, goals scored 8, against 21, 0 points. That is a shocker of a record. I actually thought we'd go well, but we're just in a bad spot before Christmas. As you can see, we had a horrendous run in and around the turn of the year, and then we've picked it up. Look, going to the 5-3-2, we've picked it up really well and actually finished the season undefeated. Walker Lazao has stepped up, 27 goals for the season for him. Still not capped by Colombia, which is absolutely mental. Bearing in mind he's already scored, 53 goals for us in one of the top 5 leagues in the world. Top 5? Top 6? Over 50 goals. Absolutely nuts that he's not been capped. We've made a couple of little signings. Stanislav Ogende is a player that we brought in from Ajax. I think I'm actually going to shift him on because I think we could do better now. So I think we could do better. So I'm actually going to shift him on in the summer. He had a decent physical profile, buff feet, decent pace, decent finishing. Work rate's not great. If we can get in around that and double our money for him, I'll be quite happy with that. It was a little bit panic buying, as was this. Liam Ware, who to be fair, ain't bad. And I think he's going to be available on a free. Yeah, he is actually available on a free, so I'm umming and ahhing whether to actually make a deal for him. 6 foot, decent physicals, decent mentals, decent technicals. Passing's not great, but we are only playing with 2 up front. We're losing Fofana. Kulsar is kind of one player that I'm looking at maybe using as a bit of a backup next year in that advanced forward role. Nicolas Ravasio, who was basically the deputy to Signorelli, has had a really good season in the end. Taking over second half of the season, last 18 games, 11 goals, 9 assists from him, looking really strong towards the end of the season. So he stepped up, which is good. So we might not, I think we may go down the route of trying to sign another big striker, like a 6 foot plus, because we are playing one of my favourite roles, target forward alongside the advanced forward. Brunetti has come in as well on loan, and I don't know what it is with FM regens, but fullbacks, wingbacks that can attack and cross, they can all defend, but their crossing and dribbling is a lot of them below 10. He's got 14 dribble, 11 crossing. So I think he hasn't been amazing, but I do think that I am going to try and make a deal for him. He's only on just under 7 grand. Looks like we can get him for around £7 million. Potential selling value as well. Ceballos has come in. his valuation has rocketed 45 to 58 million. He's had a very average season, but looks like someone who may kick on next year in this shape. Mazambo signed a new deal for us. He's looking okay, 10 assists, 8 goals from central midfield. He's reaching a little bit of his peak. So we'll keep our eye on him. We do like to try and sell players for a little bit of value. And then we've got Bazitic, who we said is going, Mabongu, and everyone else will probably stay. There's players like Niakate that's leaving. Letkovic may go this summer. Someone like Lima, I'm undecided on him. I may just let him sit. He's only on 10 grand a week. I think we don't want to be just selling cheap players and having to bolster the squad. We're in the Conference League, so players like Lima may be able to get a little bit of run out there. Vermeer's one that he's been wanted by a lot of clubs but will stay. The other noticeable actually out is Malambo. He is off on a free transfer to Salernitana. I did want him to stay, but he had no interest in talking because he's not played enough games. The other one is Rodriguez, who's always got a question mark over him. He has got a minimum release clause. Ajax are chasing him, and Feyenoord, I think it's around 15 million, you know. Or 15 million to foreign clubs. So that takes a little bit of the pressure off because it just looks like English clubs, but Dutch clubs are after him. 10 assists though, so that could be useful for us next season. I think we'll try and push him. He seems happier now at the club as well. Players like Charles Riches as well had a really good season. 40 appearances, average rating of 7.26. Because I think the squad's there, and I would love just to sign like 6 players. I don't want to try and sign more than that because we're going to upset the balance of the squad, and then you're bringing in loads, and you know what it's like. I think we try and bring in maybe a couple of defenders, wingers, a couple of wing-backs, maybe midfielders, a striker. I'm happy with the goalies. So yeah, maybe what? 2 defenders, 2 central defenders, or 2 wing-backs, a striker and a central midfielder perhaps. One that can maybe do all 3 roles. And I think we'll be all right. I think we'll actually be really strong. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm anticipating it to actually be quite difficult because we're like in between the big clubs where we can offer absolute load of wages. We have got £500,000 a week to offer in wages, but we've got to make sure that we're at a level that it's sustainable. We've been given all this money. We don't want to have sky-high wages and not getting Champions League football on a regular basis. All right, guys, that is it. I'm going to try and get the transfer window done. Hopefully there'll be another video out Sunday morning where we will go through the transfer window and see what we're setting up for season 11. 10 seasons now, no trophies. Conference League, I think that's a trophy that surely that we should be aiming to win in season 11 Eagles. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you later.